that you give and the time you invest in them. So thank you very much for that. I've gotten to know Dallin just a very little actually, but I can already see some of the ways they complement each other. So it's wonderful to see. It really is, and I'm really excited about their life together and to have him as part of the family. So Claire and Dallin were sealed in the Medford Temple today, and we could ask the question, why did they do that? Why did they get sealed or married in the temple? And it really comes down to their faith in God's promises. Claire and Dallin were sealed by somebody who has the authority to marry them for all eternity. As long as they continue on keeping their promises they've made with God, their marriage will last, after death, on the other side of the veil. So that is a very beautiful teaching, and I'm very grateful to know that and to have that. Claire and Dallin want to do a little bit of a re-exchange and to also share some of their feelings about each other, so I'm going to let them do that.
All right. Well, I'm super duper excited that you guys all here today to share in this moment. I think if you had told me a year ago that I would be married 1 year later, I'd be like, oh no. But I'm super thrilled, super stoked to be married to Claire. I guess just to kind of give a brief overview of how I met and stuff. So Claire and I met our freshman year in our PhD group. So Connor in the back, he was my roommate, and he's still my roommate, and he's getting kicked out as roommate. So I'm sorry. And so we met as our freshman work, and so we were friends, and it was COVID, and so we just kind of hung out with, my roommates hung out with all of her roommates, and it was COVID, so there was, just one group we could hang out with, so we became really good friends. And then Connor went on a mission, and Claire had stuck around here, brother came up, Claire and Kevin became good friends, and this is where my mom gets introduced, and she's very important. So she was, I think for finals week, my mother had sent crumble cookies. So you guys know what crumble cookies are? Imagine the greatest feeling of happiness ever on a cookie, and that's a crumble cookie. It's so good. It's so good. And so my mother had sent that, and Claire was very kind and signed a card, on behalf of all the roommates, and sent it to my mom, and that caught my mother's eye. And she was like, this is potential. And so I was on a mission, came to come up here, my mother hired Claire to make sure Kevin eats at least 2 peas and vegetables a week. He's eating those gross green things that we call food. And then Kevin came back to Tucson, and I got back, and I don't know, we just started hanging out, and we just ended up dating. I don't say it's I don't want to say it's we just ended up dating, but I don't know. I just found that we really fit well together, that we just really complement each other really well, and all the things she likes to do, I like to do, and I don't know, just the more and more that we started dating, the more and more that I, would realize how well we fit together in more ways than I originally realized. And so I think it was, so we started dating September, the very beginning of September, and we had gotten engaged the very end of December. And so I think it was around, at the end of November, I was kind of reflecting back and being okay, how and where do I see myself with Claire? And I kind of look back and I just, just look back and just are there any red flags that I see, anything that I don't like? And I just didn't see anything, and it was really weird, there was nothing that I could complain about. She was amazing in every way. She was so incredibly kind. I would love to see, I realized I'd love to see her as, the mother of our kids, and I would love to see the attributes that she has imbued in our children, through her being a heavily influence. And so I think it's just through a lot of the little individual experiences that I've had with Claire, I just really realized realize it. You know, it's like the culmination of a lot of different individual experiences. Just realizing like, yeah, no, like they're like, you know, she's the one I want to marry. And it wasn't. I think some people you always hear about, you know, like there's one time we went on a hike. I saw her with the sunset, it was beautiful, and she was beautiful, we were beautiful, and like, and for me it wasn't like, you know, God is what, you know, she's the one, she's the one, you know, it was, you know, I kind of had to make that choice. I had to look back and reflect upon our experiences, and I had to, you know, present that, you know, I had to really think through that, and I think God really trusted me to. He gave me the faculties and the experiences that I needed to come to this decision on my own. And so I am super excited to have reached this point after so many months to become married with Claire. And we are just incredibly thrilled to have you guys with us. Thank you for coming here so that we get Chipotle too. You think this is for you guys, but like, it's for us. So thank you guys so much for coming out, and Claire will also share just a few words.
Hello everybody, I'm Claire. I have to take notes on my phone because if you've seen the post of Dallin when he proposed versus mine was way shorter, and people told me that, so this is to make sure I hit a certain length. So that's why. Okay, so Dallin and I did meet our freshman year. We were in the same FHU group. He was actually my ministry brother. So one time I texted him and I was like, hey, to fulfill your ministry duties, do you want to go rock climbing with me? And it wasn't a date, it was a ministry brother. Me and my roommate.
Okay.
And I just think ever since, just like our freshman year, ever since then, we've had a lot of fun together. And I've loved seeing Dallin and getting to know him. I love when, okay, if you don't know Dallin, he is so funny. He is so incredibly funny. Sometimes he makes me laugh so hard I start wheezing. That's really bad. And then he makes fun of me and then I wheeze. I love Sunday mornings when we're getting up and one of us will go over to the other department and we'll make Sunday breakfast and we're just like laughing and joking. I love our date night when we go to get tacos and then we go to Home Depot. It is a solid date night, guys. I love for Easter, we got plants. We got a little basil plant at a time, and we planted green onions, and they're still alive. It's fantastic. We did a good job. I loved when he proposed. I had no clue he was going to propose. We went to Salt Lake, and we went to a concert, and afterward, everyone with us was like, oh, we need to find some Christmas lights. I was like, it's not that big a deal. I mean, they're all pretty. They all look great. Do you guys want to go catch a train and go home? And they're like, no, we need to find some. Okay, cool. So we found some, and then we took pictures. He's like, do you want to take a different kind of picture? And I just go, huh? And then he proposed, and it's cute. Dallin is so kind. He goes out of his way to help everyone. I remember this one time we went to Lowe's or Home Depot just for fun again, and this lady was struggling to get something in her truck, and he just like, we were walking, and he kind of like walks over there and was like, hey, do you need some help? And she did, and he was very kind to do that. He's very, very hardworking. He is in school, and he works, and he still makes time for me, which is very nice because I need attention. And he's very Christ-like. Every week we go to the temple. His favorites are baptisms, and mine are sealings. So we do more sealings than baptisms, but he's very kind about that and doesn't complain. He's level-headed and calming when I need it, which is quite often. Actually, that's not true. Calming when I need it, I guess. And if you haven't talked to him, it's like talking to your best friends. He'll go up to a random stranger and he just like talks to them like they've known each other forever. They're best friends. He's laughing and making jokes. And I'm so excited to be marrying him for all time and eternity, and they can come and spend in the temple. In fact, we used to write each other, well, I guess we still do. We write each other letters, and at the bottom, Dallin started signing, here's to eternity together. So actually, on his ring, engraved on it is, here's to eternity together. And so now we're exchanging rings.